Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Second Beauty You. Hey, I'm here with my beautiful friend Phyllis here today. And you know what? Someone asked me the other day, Deb, why do you call it Second Beauty You? You know why, Phyllis?
Why? Because we're over 55 and we are fabulous.
Yes.
We are mature.
Yes.
We're self-assured.
Yes, we are.
And we are just fabulous.
Yes, we
are.
are.
Our second beauty.
In our second beauty. And we're celebrating it.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. You know, the actual tagline for Second Beauty You is, your second beauty really is your true beauty.
Amen.
So come on, let's embrace it.
Yes.
And let's go.
Let's go.
So today we are doing a beautiful makeover. And I don't even want to call it a makeover because she doesn't need a makeover. But she is transitioning to her new single life.
Yes, I am.
She's recently divorced.
Yes, and it's okay.
And it's okay. So Phil said, you know what? I want another look. A different look. So we're going to do two looks for Phyllis. We're going to do an everyday work look.
Yes.
And then we're going to do a night out on the town glam look.
Yes.
So stay tuned as we go through this process. So come on, y'all. Let's go.
Man,
Second
beauty.
Second beauty.
All right. Well, everybody, this is me and all my natural beauty.
Yes.
Praise God.
Praise
And
Him.
she's just going to enhance it with some makeup. Hallelujah.
Well, again, everybody, thank you so much for joining me today for Second Beauty You. And this is a makeover on an already beautiful lady, Miss Phyllis.
Mm-hmm.
So, Phil, just tell us a little bit about yourself. Without getting too personal, I know that, I don't want to put all your personal business out there, but tell us about yourself.
I would say it's a testimony. As we do this, I pray that we reach some women and inspire some women.
Mm-hmm.
And
so you all know, this is just a moisturizer.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I am 57 years young.
No.
And I'm glad that I met Deb because I did want to put a little something on my face, but I just didn't know how.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to look clownish.
Right.
So I came to an expert.
Yay!
And with that, we're going to get some beauty and some mature conversation for us women.
Mm-hmm.
As we help each other, empower each other. And
chin down a little bit. That's good.
as Deb said, I am recently divorced after a 20-year marriage.
20 years.
I have 3 grown children and
2 boys and a girl?
1 boy, 2 girls.
That's right. Oh, I had the pleasure of doing her girl's makeup before. It's really pretty.
Prom. You did
Prom.
everybody's prom face.
I love prom. So I'm just going to start with some brows, Phyllis. And I'm using, actually, this one's called Spiked by MAC. But there's a lot of nice pencils out there. You don't have to spend as much. They got some really nice pencils in the beauty supply store. So it just depends on what you're looking for. I like this one because it looks pretty natural. I'm able to just provide very short strokes, okay, as I am putting your brow on. And Phyllis already let me know she does not like a really thick brow. So I'm just going to follow her natural brow line and just kind of fill it in. So Phyllis, let me ask you something. What is life like after divorce now? I mean, now that after 20 years, I mean, how do you even figure out how to move forward? How do you do that?
It's been a transition. A lot of prayer and courage. I would use the word courage. After being with someone for 20 years, I mean, no one gets married to get divorced.
Yeah.
And there were some scary places. And they had to have the courage to walk through those scary places. See some wisdom. And my friends, I have most of my friends are mature women. And a lot of them had different views, especially my friends that had been married for decades and girl, just work it out.
Mm.
Well, it had ran its course.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to understand that,
Mm-hmm.
you know. As a woman, and love is to passionately, righteously, and sacrificially pursue someone's well-being.
Ooh.
And
Phyllis, can you say that again? That's all right. It's on tape. I'll get to hear that one. That's good.
and your mate and spouse
Mm-hmm.
should be walking in that,
Mm.
you know,
Mhm.
and don't settle for anything less than that, you know.
Mhm.
Now, that's where it came, the decision went up to me whether what kind of life was I going to accept
Mm-hmm.
in this 20-year marriage. And I know how much I'm worth.
Ooh.
I know my worth.
What is your worth, Phyllis?
Priceless.
All right. I love that.
And I deserve to be passionately, righteously, and sacrificially my well-being pursued by my man.
Mm.
And I'm not going to bash him, but it ran its course.
Yeah.
It ran its course.
Mm.
And let's go through the transition.
Mhm.
And I'm excited
Yeah.
to discover Phyllis.
Mm.
You
So
know,
what have you discovered about yourself so far?
I like me.
You do?
I like me, yes. You know, I got lost with being a mother,
Mm-hmm.
a wife,
Mm-hmm.
a social worker,
Mm-hmm.
church member, a friend, a sister, an aunt.
Mm-hmm.
I got lost in there because somewhere in there Phyllis kind of got lost.
Okay.
But in this transition, just rediscovering who I am,
Mm-hmm.
and this is a good time in my life. I like the age I am. I'm not a child. I'm a mature woman.
Oh, right.
You know what you want. You know what you don't want.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, no shenanigans in your
Mhm,
life and
mhm.
dramas and traumas and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
None of that.
None of that.
Mm-mm.
I love it. I have a question, Phyllis.
Mm-hmm.
Who gets to keep the friends in the divorce? How do you know? Like, I know you all had mutual friends. Who gets to keep the friends? Mm.
Your true friends are your true friends,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
irregardless of the divorce.
Ooh, I like that. That's nice.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
if you were my friend, you were my friend.
Mm-hmm. Don't move your eyebrows. Go ahead, say you're my friend.
Yeah, if you were my friend, you were my friend.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't have been predicated on us being coupled. Are you my friend?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm the same person I was being married, being single.
Uh-huh.
All right. And it was awkward for some friends
Mhm.
and family.
And family, I would imagine
Right.
for family.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And that's where not divulging all of your business comes in,
Mm-hmm.
so people will not take sides.
Mm-hmm.
And
You know what happens is that, like with one person, like if you were my friend and you telling me how terrible he was after
Right.
during the marriage, and then after the divorce, every time I see him, I'm mean mugging him. But guess
Right.
what? You and the two of you may be the best of friends, and here I am still mad at him, and you guys are perfectly fine. So that's a good advice for people. Don't.
divulge all
Yeah.
the dirty. You know, you don't have to air all the laundry
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because you know it's not relevant. You know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it really isn't. It just didn't work. It didn't.
All right, so we've finished with Phil's eyebrows. So just a nice little natural look, not too thick, are they?
No, looks good.
Okay, and the color we use is it's called Spiked again. It's a dark brown. It's by MAC, but you can pick up a comparable pencil in the beauty supply stores if you're looking for something to do your eyebrows with. So Phil, you're just gonna kind of like fill them in with short strokes, and just to give it a little bit more definition, I really kind of use like a concealer over and above your eyebrows, just to kind of make them stand out a little bit more.
Yeah.
How's that?
It looks good.
So tell us about your work, Phil, without getting, divulging too much.
I work for an ACT team, which is Assertive Community Treatment.
Oh.
I tell people, the people you see under the bridge and directing traffic, those are my clients. I love them.
When you say those directing traffic, what do you mean?
We've all been in a corner somewhere and you see someone talking to themselves and they're standing out there.
Yeah.
Those are my clients and I love them.
You love them.
I absolutely do.
Mm-hmm.
There's a population of the mentally ill and those that suffer with substance abuse that the world could just assume throw away. Well, no. They're valuable and they deserve to be treated with dignity and respect, and due no fault of their own, they have a mental illness. And that's what I do, and I love them.
That's great.
I do. Yes.
You have pretty eyes, Phyllis.
Thank you.
Very nice. So I just put a little bit of eye primer, and it's a primer that you should use under your eyeshadows. And again, I'm using MAC, but different brands. And the reason why these are important, Phyllis, a primer, because if you ever put on your eyeshadow, and then by the end of the day, your eye, you can look at your eyelids and the shadows have already creased and it's looking greasy. Well, a primer will help that color adhere to your lids. So that's very pretty on you.
Well, I thank you because I didn't know that.
And this is the NYX Pilot. This one's called the Ultimate. I like this one because it's very versatile.
Okay.
There's a lot of different nice colors in it. So I'm going to just take that darkest brown and I just want to close for me. And I'm just going to go ahead and start working in her crease. So Phyllis, I have a question. That first day after your divorce was over and you woke up, what were you thinking? What was going through your mind?
I was sad.
You were sad? Okay.
Yes. I was sad.
And how long did it take you to really kind of, just kind of process through that?
Well, it has been less than a year. I was divorced in April of 2018. So it's been less than a year. So there are days that...
Even now?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I was just married 20 years.
20 years is a long time.
I have 2 children by him. That I have a 20-year-old and a 19-year-old. And the girls are home from college.
Oh, yeah. And she's now an empty nester.
Yeah.
That's another thing.
So the girls were home for college, and we were cooking tacos. It was Taco Tuesday.
That's
right?
Cute.
And we were trying to decide what movie we wanted to watch on Netflix. And for a split second, I remember telling one of the girls, call your dad and tell him the food is ready.
What?
And it was just for a split second, and it's been challenging. And I don't know anybody else that, got divorced and just, moved on. Yeah, you move on, but there have been days. There have been sad, the tears, the anger. It's grieving. And there are 5 stages of grief. And you will go through all of them.
All of them. Wow.
But that's healthy. You should go through all of them.
I have a question for you, which is, can you remain friends with your ex? And if so, how do you do that? And where are the boundaries? How do you enforce that? Well,
as the holidays just ended, my ex was invited for Christmas. And I have no anger. I'm not angry at him. I'm not bitter. I'm not resentful. We have 2 kids.
Okay.
And we have 2 kids, and we will always have 2 kids. And there's no value in having animosity and anger. friends.
Close for me.
Maybe one day we'll get back there because he was my friend before we were married. He was my friend. But right now, we'll see. You know?
Well, one thing I noticed about you, Phyllis, since it's divorce, you have put on some beautiful pounds in a good way, because Phyllis is very thin. But this poundage is looking really good, and I know you turning heads right now.
I was totally stressed out in my marriage. I was, and it wore thin on me. And you're right, I have truly blossomed in all the right places.
Phyllis, what advice do you have for women, especially second beauties, who are going through a divorce? They may be afraid, like, I'm so old, I'll never be able to start over, find another man, blah, blah, blah.
Yes. And that is a lie. That is an absolute lie. Just know your value and know how valuable you are. And you were a wife, a mother, or this or that. You know, rediscover you. Rediscover you. Reinvent you. You know, you are a queen, a princess. Rediscover her. You know, you'll have the time, if you're empty nester like me, to rediscover lost interests, lost hobbies, you know, or do something new.
Okay, so Miss Phyllis, what have you learned differently about yourself since the divorce?
I am fun. I was very heavy to me in my marriage, very serious, and I'm fun.
You're fun.
Just live and have fun.
I love it.
And it's not that serious. It's not that serious.
It's right. It really isn't.
It's not that serious.
It really is
It
not.
really isn't. You know, live. I am 57. My desire is to go somewhere I've never been, eat something I've never eaten, seen something I've never seen. You know, have fun dating.
Oh, well, let's talk about dating.
You know, have fun dating.
What's dating like now that you are
I've
available?
been in a marriage 20 years. When I was last dating, there was no internet dating. So
I know, right?
That seems to be the norm today. And
so how are you adjusting to that?
Cautiously.
Excellent.
Cautiously.
Excellent.
You know, I have responded to several gentlemen. And that's what I tell them, that I am cautiously optimistic. I'm learning about catfishing. And I'm learning about all of these other things that are out there today that were not there when I was dating.
Right?
I wonder if men really know how to date a woman.
Phyllis, now that's pretty deep.
One would think someone my age or older, a man my age or older, would know the delicate art of dating a lady. Okay, there are.
What is that art of dating, especially women our age? What do you think that we're looking for that just isn't available anymore in the dating world?
I don't know what other women are looking for. I know what will only be acceptable for me. Okay, first of all, you have to respect me as the woman of God that I am. And if a man respects himself, I have no doubt that he will respect me. All right? The virtuous of these days are different than when I was dating 20 years ago. I'm a virtuous woman. So sex is nowhere on the table while you're dating me. That's not even there yet.
Isn't that something?
Okay. Do you know what dinner and dancing is? All right. Yes. No, but that first date, you're taking me out.
He needs to impress you.
Pretty much. Because I am the prize.
All right now.
I am the prize.
You are the prize.
Yes, I am. And I don't understand some...
You see, ladies, be the prize. Don't act like you desperate for no man.
And men are natural born hunters. Let him come and get you, babes. Don't go chasing behind no man. That's my era. That's where I come from. You want me, you got to come and get me. I'm not chasing behind you and blowing up your phone and leaving you No. No.
You're not going to do it?
I'm not desperate. No, I'm not.
I know that's right.
No, you want me, you're going to come. You're going to come. And you're going to come as an anointed man, a respectful man, a man that understands my virtue.
Let me ask you this. So, how would you date a younger guy?
Absolutely.
Look up for me.
Absolutely.
How much younger would you go?
Absolutely.
You have a young spirit, so I can only imagine.
I don't want anybody's baby. I think I would.
Anybody your son's age is too young?
Yes, 40. Okay. He would have to be at least 40. Yeah, because my son is 35.
Ooh, you would go 40?
Yeah, I would.
Come on now.
Yeah.
So Phyllis, how can women our age make sure we're not devalued in the dating process? I mean, we're not in our 20s and 30s, but how do we make sure that we're still treated like the ladies that we are?
What are you presenting?
Ooh, what are you presenting?
What are you presenting?
Oh my word.
All right.
Open your eyes and look up for me. Wow, what are you presenting? Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Are you presenting a virtuous woman? Are you presenting a woman with morals and standards and values? Is that what you're presenting? You know.
Or are you presenting desperation and I gotta find a man?
Right, exactly. You know, let's be real clear. And like I told my daughters, men love women that have standards and values. Ladies, we are valuable. We are the prize. And men know we're the prize. The question is, do you know you're the prize?
Ooh.
Do you know it?
Do you know it?
Because if you know it, you won't devalue yourself.
That is good. That's awesome.
You know, you won't go with the shenanigans with these jokers. Keep it moving.
Next.
Yes, exactly. And don't limit yourself. Don't limit.
What do you mean by that?
I am not racist. I will date a black man, a white man, a Latina man.
You know what? I heard a story about you recently.
What?
You went to a hospital and you had a doctor after you. Close your eyes for me. Can you tell us that story?
I was going to Georgetown Hospital and I was going to do what we call a care point for one of our clients that had gotten, was on a psych ward. And I'm standing at the elevator and this doctor, he come rushing around the corner and he knocked me down.
He knocked you down, Phyllis?
Moving so fast.
He knocked like on your butt, on the floor?
Yes.
Okay.
But he was a gentleman. He picked me up.
Oh, that's funny.
He did. And, you know, he was like, where you going, this, that, and the third. And I can be a little smart mouth sometimes. You know, why? None of your business where I'm going. But I told him, so when I came out, there he was. And I'm like, well, you know there's stalking laws in D.C.
Open your eyes. You didn't accuse the man of stalking you.
There's stalking laws in D.C.
In clothes.
And he thought that was funny. And so he asked me for a date.
Are you serious?
Yes, he did. And I said, okay. But I wanted to get to know him better. So in the interim before the date, we're texting back and forth. And I asked him if he was married.
Uh-oh.
And he was married.
Uh-oh. Deuces.
Yeah.
Deuces.
I will not devalue myself.
Oh, ladies, listen to that.
I am not a side piece. That's the new word for it. I'm no.
You're not a side piece.
I'm not a side anything. I am the woman. I've never been a side woman.
I love it.
You will not devalue me, and I will not devalue myself. So that didn't go anywhere, but it made me feel good.
That should have made you feel good. Yeah. That was funny.
He was a white man. So
open for me.
Don't limit yourself.
Don't limit yourself, ladies.
Don't limit yourself.
That's a really, really good story.
You know, I have nothing against my brothers, but my soulmate might be Latina. I don't know. My soulmate might be European. Don't know.
Don't know.
But I'm open.
Phyllis. What red flags would you tell ladies, and in particular, older ladies, or I don't want to say older, mature ladies, what red flags will you tell them to look out for as they are now back out in the dating world? Like, what would be some of the things that you would say, you know what, maybe he's not the one? Because, you know, sometimes people are so desperate after the divorce, they just ready, they'll accept anything, but no.
Okay, let me tell you.
Open your eyes, just open your eyes and look down.
Okay, let me tell you the story of my first encounter on a dating website. I will not mention his name, so, you know, we were on a website, and he asked me for my email address so that we can, because I didn't go on that site every day. And I do check my emails daily. So it's like, well, you know, can we email? I'm like, okay, I'm getting, you know, this is new to me, so I'm going to go with this. This man wrote, oh my God, it was wonderful. Anything a woman would want to hear.
Wow.
Okay. And those were red flags for me. Those were red flags.
That was a red flag?
It was too good.
It's too good. Okay.
It was too good. You know. And of course, you know, we were corresponding daily. And I didn't hear from him for a day. And I sent an email, and in the box it was concern.
And look up.
Okay, so he sent me an email back, and that's when the other shoe dropped. That he had unfortunately gotten into the wrong car that he thought was an Uber. They put a gun to his head. They stole his wallet, and he didn't have any money. And of course,
and look up for me.
He was trying to elicit money out of me that didn't work. I sent him back the emojis that are crying, laughing, and moved on.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. I sent him back those emojis, just crying, laughing, you're crazy. You know, men can smell desperation.
Yeah.
And I always say a thing about men will take your inventory.
Ooh. Talk about that. What do you mean take your inventory?
Yeah, take your inventory. If you're desperate, if you're lonely, if you're insecure, low self-esteem. And unfortunately, some of them will try to capitalize on that at your expense.
Men will take your inventory, ladies. So what's on display in your inventory? What are you showing that you have?
Inventory.
Wow, isn't that something?
You know,
that's interesting because we usually attract. You know, ever have some women, they just keep attracting the same kind of man over and over?
Because he took their inventory.
He took their inventory.
Right.
Yeah.
Took their inventory.
He saw desperate. Look up for him.
Yes.
Wow. That is amazing. Okay, so we have finished with Phil's first look.
That's pretty.
Just to kind of give her just some really kind of little pop and not too much. The lip color I did is called Captive, I think, by MAC. No, I'm sorry. The lip color is called So Select. And it's kind of like it's a nude enough color for you. You know, it has a little bit of a pink hint to it, but not too nude. How you like it?
I love it.
This
is pretty.
You look so gorgeous.
Hey, it's Deb. Don't forget to tune into Phil's part 2 of her glam look on Second Beauty U. Thank you so much for watching today, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye-bye.